2016 was my first competitive year. It was a really big year for me. My first contest was the Branch Warren in Houston, Texas, and I took first place in the heavyweights and won the overall at that show. It was really special to me. It was in my hometown in front of all my family, and it was my first show, so definitely a really cool memory. The second show was the San Antonio Extravaganza. 4 weeks later, I took first in Super Bowl. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed last week's episode of my 12-part series for my prep for the Europa. This week, we just got to Keith Klein's office at Institute of Eating Management. He's my nutritionist who did all of my diets for my previous shows and is the one who's doing it for this show as well. He also did my father's diet, so I feel like I'm in good hands. So we're about to head up there and get checked out. We're 11 weeks out right now, hoping for a good report card, and we'll see what he has to say about everything. See y'all up there. How goes it?
Hey brother, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Doing good?
Yes, sir.
How'd it go the last couple of weeks?
Good. Can't complain.
Alright.
Wasn't really much change. Just stopped being crap, basically.
Cool. How's your energy?
It was really good. Yeah, we're eating like 600 grams of carbs and 300 grams of protein right now, so crazy pumps.
Pump good.
Never
Strength's
really.
good.
Strength's awesome.
How cool is it that you can be dieting for a contest and not be tired, run down, and bitchy, right?
Because we do things right?
Yeah, exactly right. Alright, what we'll do, let's get started and see where you're at.
Definitely.
Alright. Okay, so at 236, what we're seeing is your weight's actually up a little bit, right? Or down just a smidge, so staying the same. And what I want to do is see what we can measure in the fat. Alright, so 236. Go ahead and take your shirt off. See, your body's looking better. I'm not so sure we've changed the weight as much as we're seeing your body muscle maturity way better. Okay. That's still
both you and my dad told me my body was going to change dramatically after that last show. I didn't know it would be like this though.
Can you look down at that? See, that's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you were here, that was a 6. Okay. Roll that up as high as it goes. And then flex your thigh for me. This one's kind of Labrada getting feathers and prostrations. Okay, nice. Your thighs weren't even that detailed the week of the show.
No, yeah.
So
well, last time I was in here, I compared the measurements and stuff to the file I kept from last show, and we were sitting like 5 weeks out condition at 12.
Yeah, let's see that dropping a 3 to a 2. Okay, turn around for me. Okay, last time you were here, this was a 6. That stays the same. Okay, come on back on your right toe. Flex. Just relax your arm. That was like no fat here. Alright, so that was a 2, it's a 1. Just do it.
Kind of feel like cattle sometimes, you know, getting like poked and prodded for auction.
Last time you were here, this was an 11. Let's go to the outer part here even. Trying to find the highest fat reading I can. That's at a 9, so it was an 11. Turn and face me. These are just basically skin. The ones we got that can go down are the shoulder blade, the kidney, the side of the waist, and a little bit more in the front of the waist. So we have all your measurements from before. So we can go back, and the thing that I want to be cautious with is over dieting and coming in stringy or flat.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're way ahead of your game already. All right, let's run through the numbers and see what we got. Your fat weight went from 11.5 pounds to just over 8. What I like about this, you know, the muscle goes up and down 1 to 4 pounds, but the highest reading of muscle that we've ever had on you at any point during your off-season or prep, the highest level of muscle at one time was at 227, 228. You're right now at 227, 2.25. So you got the highest amount of muscle here at 10, 11 weeks out from your show. And I want to sustain that. What category weight class are you going to be willing to go into the super heavy?
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things, first of all, I already told myself and my dad, and I'm telling you now, it's one of those things I'm not even going to think about until we're sitting like 2 weeks out.
Right.
I'm not going to change the approach, not going to change how we diet, so 2 weeks out, we'll see where I'm sitting, and if, you know, it's one of those things that it's not going to be like a detriment to squeeze down, then we'll squeeze down, but if not, we'll go to supers.
Right. So this is a
I've said this before, you know, we're not going to win my class, we're going to win the overall. So if I'm a heavy, I'll stand next to the super anyways.
Right. Yeah, so at the end of the day, this is a show of muscle. It's not a show of losing muscle to go down to a weight class, but I like the idea. So right now you're sitting at 236, you have 8 3/4 pounds of fat left that I can measure, right? The lowest that ever was when you were at your leanest was 5. So really just knocking off 3 or 4 more pounds of fat, and you're already in the same degree of leanness as last time. But what we're seeing now is more clarity.
Now, Keith, let me ask you this. Obviously the skin folds, and this is for the sake of everyone watching, the skin folds are great for relative change. There's like a relative change in body fat of approximately 1% since last time I was in here. Obviously 4.8 that I was last time and the 3.7 we got me at today, that's really low.
For 10 weeks out.
For 10 weeks out, and in terms of, you know, even like body fat periods, you know, like if you were to put me on like a DEXA scan or a bod pod or something like that, would you agree it'd probably be closer to like 8-ish right now, 8 or 9?
Yeah, I find those to be pretty inaccurate though, right? It's a very difficult thing for bioelectrical impedance. There's so many different methods of body count. What they all do is yield a relative number. And this is all relative to the first reading. If you use the same person, same technology, same formula, you get a relative reading. In other words, if this one drops by 1%, so should that. If one showed you to be at 8%, I would question that. So at 236, let me just run this number times 8%, that would show you to have 19 pounds of fat in your body right now. Where do you see 19 pounds? You don't.
We don't.
Yeah, so why I like the calipers more than anything is because it's relative. In the same spots I can find the highest fat reading, which on you is the kidney, and I can measure that. Now the only thing I'm able to measure on you is subcutaneous fat. I can't measure interstitial, which is where we have to get to through the show. So I know what we have as a relative number last time we did. These got all the way down to 21. We may never ever be able to get those skin fold numbers below 21. I tell competitors that the goal is just to get that below 30.
Give me 10 weeks.
Yeah, well, it's hard because your skin, right? I saw that there were 3 that might go lower and they may not because your skin thickness is your skin thickness. Without the fat, you're going to hit a number that it won't go below. I remember your dad, we would hit those numbers where it just wouldn't go below a certain number because all of them measured like you, 0, 1s, 2s, and 3s, which are just skin. If I look at this right here, where it's just skin, there's no fat beneath there, and I clamp the caliper on, the level of skin, right, is a 2. And you got, right now, you have 3 1s and 2 2s on you out of 9 sites. And so that's going to hit a wall, but once it does, we go by eye, right? Clarity. Right now, when we look at your serratus and your intercostals, I mean, you're really lean and 10 weeks out. My greatest fear is over-dieting and coming in stringy. All right, man, that's all we need, man. You're looking good. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
I don't want you to make all the changes all at one time. Let's just do it a step at a time.
Definitely.
All right, good job, buddy.
Slow and steady.
Right.
Have a good one, Keith.
See you later,
in 2 weeks.
Good job.
Dietitian has a dog named Sticker. Go figure. So just finished up with Keith. He's nice enough to let me eat when I'm in his office because his office is a little bit of a drive for me. So typically either when I get here or when I'm leaving, it's time to eat. So I got 8 ounces of 99.1 turkey defrosting in the microwave right now, and then doing 2 cups of my favorite rice again. So as soon as this is done, we'll eat it and get back headed towards Raw. So Raw's about 40 minutes from here. So by the time we get there, we'll get out and drink some pre-workout and get to it. Training quads and calves today, so looking forward to having a good one. Definitely planning on lunging outside, and it's probably gonna be like 90 degrees. Gotta love Texas in April, right? So it's gonna be a good one. Looking forward to it. Alright guys, so just got to the gym, came from Keith's, just got to Raw Gym, about to mix up some pre-workout and my intra-workout drink, and then get to training quads and calves with Pat Moore, another Team Labrada athlete. So looking forward to this one. Leg days are always brutal in a very fun way, so should be a good one. Just got done with those walking lunges outside. It's about 90 degrees outside right now. It's definitely getting hot. We're in Houston, so it comes with the territory. But that was a pretty typical leg workout, you know, some pre-exhaustion warm-up on the leg extension, and then you know, some higher rep work on the leg press, and then some kind of time under tension. Today we did it on that power squat with the band. So next time we train legs, we'll definitely do more free weight compound movements like some squats and stuff, but definitely find my legs respond best to middle to higher rep range, you know, like 12 to 15, sometimes even 20 like we did on the leg press today. So really happy with how that session went. Great pump, can barely move my legs right now, so about to get these knee sleeves off and then get a shake in me and get training my clients. Got some clients this afternoon before I go home. Pump's real. So shakes are real too, shaking like a leaf. Good pump for sure. Good workout.
I've been better. That was a good one though.
Alright guys, so just got done hitting legs. About to get that post-workout shake in me. It's going to be the same one as you saw in last week's episode. So 150 grams of carbs from Carbolin, 50 grams of isolate, and then a scoop of branch chains. So go ahead and get this in me and then get to training clients out there. Definitely hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hope to see some comments about it, and then hope to see all y'all back for next week's episode. We'll be putting one out a week from now all the way to my show on June 17th, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. Thanks for tuning in.